you know how to read like going into college? Were you already playing around with
Ooh,
reading?
not really. No, not really.
So you had to learn when you got to school?
Yeah, that was again another one of those situations where I would get the music and then practice all night trying to. Before I learned how to read, I just did a lot of listening. I'd
Yeah.
get the song. I'd make sure I had, because with those jazz standards, there's so many different versions. I'd have to look up, okay, not only this song, but arranged by Sammy Nestico,
Right.
and then I just listened to it over and over again until I
Oh
figured it
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
So I wanted to get into asking you about like I'm always captivated by people's naming, the way they name things. So
ooh,
how did you come up with the name of your project here? The
okay. For one thing, I didn't realize there were so many other bands called The Elephant in the Room
Yeah,
when I came up with it.
I saw that when I was searching for you. I'm like, what the heck? Where
You
is
know,
he?
I'm pretty sure on the Spotify or the YouTube topic pages, I
Yeah.
think if you click on that, there's like three different, like there's a rap artist with that name on the same channel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gotta figure that out.
And aren't there
I think that
versions
was
like
really clever.
with I think there might be versions of just without the article, just elephant in the
Hmm,
room
Elephant
also.
Room.
So you
Yeah.
you got that too.
So I didn't make it easy to find me, I guess, in that way. But yeah, no, I don't know. I always like when a title or a name has multiple meanings,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've always thought the elephant in the room is the unspoken word. It's the thing everyone thinks about, but they don't say.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are the elephant in the room when you are, you know, I don't want to be over the top, but like standing up for something.
Yeah.
You're standing out, right? You're doing
Yeah.
something that no one else is doing, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of the idea. And I thought,
Oh,
as a solo artist, I'm the elephant in the room, as cheesy as that is.
it's a cool name. I like it.
Mhm.
When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I like the visual, and your elephant riding the giraffe is so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I had a good friend of mine help me with that artwork.
that's
Does a
so
killer job.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. So
I'm,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm really glad you reacted to One Man's Treasure. That was another one I was really happy with how the name came about, and then the song. That was cool because I didn't really know what to expect from the video shoot. Originally, so the saying is one man's trash is one man's treasure.
Yeah,
So
it's another
originally I
man's
thought,
treasure,
okay,
right?
my first idea was, hey, let's go to a dump and film a music video in the dump, and then I'll bring all my stuff. And I'll be
Yeah,
pulling out of trash
right,
bags and stuff.
right.
Uh, it didn't quite work out that way, but then we just, that was actually my toy chest growing up, and all that stuff in there I hadn't looked at since I was like 5 years old. Just
I was
pulling it
gonna
out.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask you about that because
yeah.
I tell you, man, the title, starting with the title, I even though your other songs, the Sporadic Nomad and All Hands on Deck, which I've done, which I was floored
Mhm.
by,
Mhm.
this one really touched me.
Oh,
And
thanks. Thank you.
right off the bat, the title, I was like, ugh, I know what this is about. When I started watching the video, I was like, you're killing me, man. I was like, I got a lump in my throat. I was like,
Oh man.
seeing you pull these things out, and I was like, you know, all the things. It just it's so beautifully done because it's like anyone watching this video is going to translate what you're doing to what is meaningful to them,
Right.
what
Yep.
their toy chest is. And that's
Hmm.
what it did for me too.
Hmm.
Seeing you pull those things out, I was just like, I have those memories too from your
Yeah.
childhood and all of that. And
Yeah.
um yeah, and some of them were the same things that you had too. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like the magic. When I was a kid, I used to love magic, and
Yeah.
oh, dude, I was into that. And it's like magic is so corny and stuff. As an adult,
Hmm.
I'm kind of like that. But as a kid, man, I
Hmm.
couldn't get enough of it. I loved that
You
kind of
must have
stuff.
watched Star Trek as a kid too, though,
I
because you knew that.
absolutely watched
Yeah.
it as soon as I saw the Enterprise. I'm like, that's
Oh
the
man.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
All of that
Man,
stuff.
I gotta say, I'm proud of that model because they do not make Star Trek Legos. I had to make that
That
myself,
was
you know?
impressive. I know. I was like, oh, how cool is that? And so he's going to pull out the Death Star next. There was a
Yeah.
big Death Star.
Yeah.
But your
Yeah.
demeanor, your elimination of pretension in this video, your just
Mhm.
allowing yourself to be you and without being pretentious, without taking yourself too seriously, but the
Mhm.
music is freaking killer. So the combination of this, that you can put yourself in a vulnerable place in a video
Mhm.
because the music is so good, you can do that because the music is speaking for itself,
Mhm.
and it allows you the
Yeah.
freedom of being able to, have you on your knees going through this thing and pulling all this stuff out and
Yeah.
being part of it, and then being funny, with the Lego guitar, which is so cool. That Lego guitar, which is, I use that as the thumbnail for the reaction. I had to, the that
Yes. It's
oh,
so good.
so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
but
I agree with you too that I'm really happy that you hear you say that. It's really hard to convey emotion with
yeah,
instrumental music, you
yeah,
know. So
yeah,
the fact that I was able to do that, and all my favorite artists do that, you know, and it's
exactly.
something we all strive to do, you know.
It's not
Because you can,
easy.
the minute you see words on paper, you know,
Yeah,
okay, I can relate to that without even hearing the music. But when
right.
all you have is the music, you gotta knock it out of the park, or it's not gonna work, you
Yeah,
know.
it's going to fall flat or you're going to hit a home run with it.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
are a couple of other songs that come to mind. Jeff Beck, who just recently passed, he
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
he has a song called "Where Were You," and I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever heard that.
Hmm.
One of the most beautiful pieces of guitar work I've ever heard, and the title slays me. "Where Were You?" And it's a very, oh man, emotional, kind of sad, melancholy to a certain
Yeah.
extent thing, and it gets me. And another song is Weather Reports. A Remark You Made is the title of that. Another instrumental,
Mm-hmm.
and I get tears in my eyes when I
Yeah.
listen to this, because there are no words, because music has this ability to transcend
Mm-hmm.
words and hit
Right.
you with this emotion that words fall short with, and it's very complex. You can't
Mm-hmm.
even describe it. I mean, you and it transcends all language. Somebody in Japan could hear something that you wrote and be driven to tears, because it's the music does something to us that we can't even express or comprehend how that
Right.
reaches our emotional center, but it does.
Yeah.
um that definitely was, how I was feeling when I was, watching One Man's Treasure, because I was like, oh man, this really gets me. So kudos, man.
Well, thank you.
Great,
That's
great,
awesome.
great
That's really
job,
cool.
dude. um okay, so this is the portion of the interview where I get to ask some fun questions of you,
Ooh,
not the
all
other
right.
ones that weren't fun, but
Give me
these
some curveballs.
these
Yeah.
these are ones that I love asking the people that I interview. So if you've watched any of my other interviews, you'll know this one's coming. So if you could sit and have dinner with anybody, alive or dead, who would it be?
Oh man. Oh man.
You just
That's a
get a
tough
couple
one.
of hours, you get to talk to them, and they're going to sit there and answer your questions, and you have a captive audience of this person.
All right. I'm gonna be a nerd, and who would I go with? I probably want to sit down with Brent Spiner. He was
Oh yeah,
Data
Data,
on the Next Generation.
Data.
Yeah, man. But really, anyone from those the old Star Trek shows, because that was my growing up. We watched that all the time, all the movies, all the shows. You know.
And then maybe
So
Marina Sirtis could come in and serve dessert a little bit later.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Brent
yeah,
Spider. Oh
that's
man.
awesome.
What a great show that,
So,
man.
oh,
Oh,
I got to throw it back to you then. Would it sounds like you know your stuff. Are you a Kirk guy or a Captain Picard guy?
Picard.
Ah, yes, that's yep.
Picard. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I mean, oh gosh. The episodes next gen. I mean, early Star Trek is fun. It's cool, but you had a
Hmm.
lot of monsters, a lot of guys dressed up in monster costumes. So it kind of, it's there's a little campiness and corniness to it now. Next
The
gen,
double fist punch.
yeah,
Yeah,
always with the double fist punch
yeah,
and
yeah,
him going, getting down with green ladies, which is
yep,
Kirk's favorite thing to do. Uh, the
yep.
trouble with tribbles and that episodes like that.
Yeah.
Uh, but
When the Klingons didn't even have any face makeup, they were
yeah,
just regular people,
regular guys
with
with
a
that.
mustache. That was it.
Exactly.
Uh,
Oh man. Yeah, when next gen happened, I couldn't get enough. It was
mhm,
absolutely amazing. And yeah, Data, I mean, I
mhm.
absolutely loved his character. The actor
Yeah.
was just unbelievably great in this role. I mean, because I
Hmm.
you bought it. You bought it. I
Hmm.
mean, this guy was so good. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that. And did
Awesome.
you
Yeah.
watch the one after that with Janeway?
You know, I watched a little bit of all those Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Yeah, Voyager.
Never quite the same to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I just, and I mean, how can you beat the Enterprise D?
I know.
That's one I actually had a real replica of. I think it wasn't Lego; they had
Oh,
Mega Blocks, and they had
oh
a
yeah,
real
yeah,
model of
yeah.
that. And
Right.
yeah, I would have that out while we're watching the show, and whenever they'd show the ship on screen, I'd like
Oh
do the same
yeah.
thing.
Oh man. Oh, what
I
about
think my dad and I would sit in my room and build ships together and fly
Oh
them at each
man.
other and all that kind of stuff. So
What
yeah,
what what about what
huge Trekkie.
about fantasy? Lord of the Rings. Did you ever get into
I've seen all the Harry Potter movies.
yeah,
I love fantasy games. I played a lot of those, but
yeah.
believe it or not, I've never watched the Lord of the Rings movies all the way through. I've
Wow.
seen the first one
Wow.
pretty recently, honestly. I know. I don't know. Something about
Wow. You're into the
I'm gonna
space
alienate my
fantasy.
fan base by saying this. I fell asleep during the first
Yeah, you're more into space fantasy though, right?
one.
You're the
I
space
don't
fan.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just long movies, and I just, as a kid, it
Yeah.
was a little
Hmm.
long for me. I think that's all it was. I'm
Yeah.
sure if I
Yeah.
watch them again now, I'll love them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
Game of
yeah.
Thrones?
Again, never really little little too much little too much nakedness for
Yeah,
me.
there
Yeah, you
it's
know.
it's HBO, boy.
Yeah,
There are no limits on HBO, so
yeah,
it definitely got pretty racy.
yeah.
Um
I
oh,
loved Breaking Bad. That's one of my favorite
oh,
shows.
me too.
Mhm. And just finished Better Call Saul recently. That show
Yep.
was just as
Yep.
good.
Those are two
You know.
top faves for me too. Did you
Hmm.
watch El Camino, the
Yeah,
movie? Yeah.
I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't, but I thought it was a fitting end to Jesse's story.
Totally.
As we get
Yeah.
sent off.
Oh, good stuff, man. All right,
Hmm.
next question. Okay, this is, very, very traditional. Desert Island Album.
Oh, that is a tough one. I'd probably, hmm, I'd probably have to go with Erotic Cakes, Guthrie Govan.
Oh, I don't know
You know
this.
that one? Oh, okay. You know Guthrie Govan, right? You've heard of
Yeah. Oh, I know
Govan?
Guthrie Govan.
Okay.
I'm not, I have not heard that
Okay.
recording. I've only heard bits and pieces of his stuff like on YouTube. Um,
Sure. It's
And
his first album is a solo record. It's his original stuff. And
oh,
it's his playing. It's as crazy as you can imagine, and just virtuoso all over the place.
oh my God. Talk about a
Um,
master on the instrument,
yeah,
man, and different styles. I mean, he could do anything.
yeah,
It's pretty mind-blowing.
yeah. If I had to pick a second, I'm believe it or not, might go with some ACDC, like Back in Black or something like that.
Classic rock.
Yeah, or Van
Yeah.
Halen, something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, love that
Wow.
stuff too.
Good, 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 good deal.
That's a good question. Yeah. I
What's
don't
that?
know these questions, by the way, so I
I,
don't.
yeah, these are I'm all hitting you with curveballs on this. So
Yeah.
here's I might know the answer to this one actually.
Okay.
You're probably going to feed me what I'm thinking, but so sometimes I like to like imagine a dream band. Like if I got to pick the
Mm.
members
Hmm.
and living or dead, anybody in the history of music, who would you get? Who would be
Oh man.
your if you're playing guitar, who would be your bass
Okay.
player? Who would be your drummer, your singer, your keyboard
Oh
player?
man.
All-star band. Who would you love to play with?
I for one, I'm really curious what you think I would say.
I was gonna say you already have it because Arch Echo is like these guys are already playing on your
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Okay. That's yeah. That's
Well, we'll
that's
say
definitely the right answer.
we'll
Yeah.
say not. We'll say you can't use them, not them.
Okay. Okay. Well, if I have a singer, I think I'd probably want to bring back Lane Staley from
Yeah,
Alice in Chains.
yeah.
That would
Oh
be
yeah.
huge. Who's a killer drummer? I mean, okay, if I can't have Richie, I have Matt Garska or one of those.
Oh,
Just I mean, he's
smoking hot.
monster, just absolute monster. Bass player, I'm ashamed to say I don't know a lot of bass players. I just know bands with killer bass players in them.
Right, right, right.
I'm trying to think who would stand out there. Well, there's a band that's just bass players. The Omnific, I think they're called.
They're all bass players in the band.
It's drum and two basses, and
Oh,
they've done a really great. Adam Bentley mixed it. I know they. So one of them's playing higher register stuff with effects to be
oh,
kind of the lead
oh.
player.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Wow, I got to check them out.
yeah. Oh, I'm missing the obvious. Victor Wooten. Why
Oh,
would you not have Victor Wooten in your band?
oh my
Uh,
gosh, great player.
yeah. Who am I missing?
Drums? Who on drums?
Drums. We'd have probably Matt
Oh
Garska.
yeah, you said Matt Garska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many. Benny Grab would be another great one. If you know him.
Do you know who Gergo Borley is?
That name sounds familiar.
Gergo Borley. Look him up, or I'll send you some links. Oh man, this guy. Another one is a Russian guy, Arkady Korma, and he plays with Valery
Huh?
Stepanov, Russian guys. Um,
Okay.
oh, I gotta send you stuff from these guys. I mean, it's funny because since I've been doing the channel, I'm hearing music from all over the world, and
Mm-hmm.
I never really did much of that before, and my mind is just absolutely floored by how much talent is outside of the US. And
Yeah.
I'm like going, where it's like, how did I not know about like this guy? Like I've never heard of him. And this guy is like
Hmm.
smoking.
I think I saw you did a video on that acoustic guitar player, Yamandu Costa,
Yeah,
I think is
Yamandu
his name.
Costa. Yeah.
Man,
I
that guy's another level too.
yeah,
He's insane.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice lineup.
Yeah.
That would be a nice band. So looking towards the future, we talked a
Hmm.
little bit about that, but
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Like where do you have your sights set as far as
Right.
recording and also like where you want to go with your career here in music?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right now this project is just my own solo project. It's my baby, and it's kind of a hobby at this point
Mhm.
where I'm funding it myself, all this stuff. obviously I would love to get to the point where I have a full band and I can start
Mhm.
touring and I can get promotional, help. And, because I'm doing everything myself right now. If I promote it, it's on me doing Instagram stuff or putting it on Facebook. So the next step for me is definitely to make new music, because I've already got the network of people that are just the
Right.
best at making music to
Oh
help me.
yeah.
So you know
Totally, man.
Adam, I think I shouted him out. Adam Bentley is like insanely good mixing engineer, producer, guitar player, all
Not
that
to
stuff.
not to mention his guitar playing. I mean,
No
that's
kidding,
that's
no
only
kidding,
part
man.
that's only part of what he does.
It's insane. Yeah,
A
all
very
those
talented
guys.
guy. Extreme. I
Everyone
mean,
in our checker does everything, and they do it really
all
well.
of them.
Hmm.
It's
So
wonderful how they all met each other, that they're all playing together because it's like the best of the best, in this one band. It's got the best of the best. So
yeah, um, but again, I always have to keep in my mind. I got to keep the lights on. And
yeah.
so I do a lot of private teaching. I
Mhm.
actually substitute teach right now in the schools here in Nashville when I'm not playing gigs. So again, I'm just doing a little bit of everything right now. Long
Mhm.
term, I would love to, if not with my music, start touring with someone. Get
Yeah.
in a band, do that. And again, that's part of why I'm in Nashville, is to network and doing all that. And you
Yeah.
know, I've only been here a couple of years. Well, that sounds like a long time, but it takes time to meet people and make those
Oh yeah.
connections.
Oh yeah.
So
Have
so
you
that's slowly what I'm working towards right now, I think.
how do you take it to the next level? Like, thankfully you've got these guys in Arch Echo who are like at the next level for you. I think that
Right,
that's probably where you're heading is,
right. I'm
because he's
hoping. Yep.
yeah, I mean that would be really cool. Have you sat
Hmm.
and chatted with Richie or Adam about like, okay, how do I how do I promote myself? How do I get my
Yeah.
music out there? How do I do this?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something I need to get better at. Is the big thing right now is the social media, which
Yeah.
I just don't do a lot of, and that's the way to get yourself out there right now. Everyone tells
Hmm.
me it's not
Yeah.
only do you have to upload stuff on social media, but you have to do it consistently.
Yeah.
I'll have a spur, a moment of like, oh, I'm really into this riff. I'm right. I'm gonna do a quick video for it.
Right.
But
Right.
then it comes and goes. I need to be consistent about doing something and keeping my name on people's radar, keeping the algorithms interested in me and that kind of thing.
Sincerely, thanks for spending time today to chat with me, and I'm looking forward to getting this up on the channel so people can get to know you a little bit more, and yeah,
It's been awesome, man. Yeah,
keep
this has been a
keep
lot of fun.
keep me in the loop, like,
Hmm.
about what you're doing, and when you put new stuff out. And I think you still have some stuff, some music on your channel that I haven't reacted to,
Yeah, I've got
right?
some older videos. Yeah, they're a
Okay.
little more homemade sort of style, but I think
Okay.
you get something out of them if you want to
Yeah,
look at them.
yeah, yeah. I'll visit those. I'll visit those as well. But keep me in the loop.
Cool.
Let me know. Then I know you're working on a second album.
EP or album, I'm not sure yet, but
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
it's like 80% there. I'm ready to bring in uh, outside musicians to finish it up. So I'm,
Okay.
I'm looking to
Cool.
get to the mixing levels. So
Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
coming. It's coming. It'll
Okay. Yeah.
happen.
Keep me in the loop on that. When you
Mm-hmm.
release that stuff, and then we'll definitely get into that. I'm excited to hear what the next level for the
Yes.
elephant in the room is going to sound like. Because holy smokes, man. I
Man,
know you
yeah.
always got to push, you always got to be pushing it beyond what you did the last time. So,
We'll see if I can do it. I'm
exciting.
putting everything I can to make it get it going.
You just got to go on more walks,
Yep,
right?
that's the trick. That is the trick, man. Just hum and don't care who hears you. And if
Yeah.
the people give you looks, just keep humming louder. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Great chatting with you, man. And we'll chat again.
All right. Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right. Talk to you later,
Great
man.
talk. All
Thanks,
right.
brother. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.